Beloved starseeds, the time has come to remember who you truly are. I am Riva of the Pleiadian Council of Light. We greet you in this now, standing at the precipice of a great transformation on your Earth plane. In the increasing brilliance of this moment, the long illusion of separation is beginning to dissolve, like mist under the rising sun. From our vantage in the higher realms, we witness the false veils that once kept humanity divided and disconnected rapidly thinning. Even as the outer world churns with turbulence and upheaval, this chaos represents the final storm before the dawn, a reflection of old separation frequencies breaking apart to be healed and cleared. A sacred reconnection is unfolding within you and around you, a remembering that all beings and all aspects of existence are interwoven expressions of a single divine light. The 5D shift, the expansion into the next octave of reality, is much closer than you think, for it emerges first from within your own consciousness. Already, the frequencies of this new earth are present, growing stronger each day as you align with the truth of unity that has always lived at the core of your being. Know that you do not walk alone. Countless beings of light surround you even now, amplifying the frequencies of awakening. We come forward in loving service as mirrors and guides in this process to catalyze the codes of awakening you carry and to affirm that you are indeed surging into a higher octave of experience. The call to realign with unity, with Source, is echoing in your very cells. Hear this call, beloved ones, for this is the moment your souls have anticipated across lifetimes. The time of the great homecoming is at hand, and the illusion of separation can no longer bind you. The illusion of separation has been a powerful teacher in your three-dimensional reality, yet it was never the ultimate truth of your existence. We know that you have journeyed through the density of forgetting, exploring the pains and sorrows of feeling isolated from the whole. You have played out the dramas of duality, light and dark, self and other, believing these fragments to be all that is. Yet, at the soul level, you understood this was a temporary adventure, a sacred game of separation you bravely agreed to play, so that your eventual return to oneness would be all the more divine. Now, in this acceleration of energies, that grand experiment of fragmentation is drawing to a close. The cosmic light streaming to your planet is designed to reveal that the walls you thought existed between self and other, between human and divine, are mere holographic projections. As these walls crumble, a perfect healing begins to take place within the human psyche. Lifetimes of perceived separation and loneliness are being transmuted back into the light of unity. You may notice old wounds of alienation and betrayal surfacing from your deepest memory. Understand that this surfacing is an unwinding of old conditioning, a final review before release. The shadows of separation are not here to haunt you, but to be healed through your conscious presence. By facing and embracing these shadows, you reclaim the lost parts of yourself and prepare the way for wholeness. The fragmentation that once defined life on Earth is already giving way to a new coherence, as each soul's healing contributes to the collective reunion in the light of Source. In truth, you were never separate. Each soul is a ray of the one infinite Source, and now, awareness of that truth is returning to humanity in waves of realization. Embodied unity consciousness is arising as the new baseline of your reality, and it is not a mere concept, but a living frequency that vibrates within your heart. Unity consciousness means living from the knowing that you are fundamentally interconnected with all life. That what you do to another, you in fact do to yourself. This state of consciousness is a vibration, a refined band of energy that you attune to by choice and by practice. Many of you have already touched this frequency in moments of deep meditation, in the silence of nature, or in the cosmic love you feel for another. Now, you are called to sustain and expand this state until it becomes your natural way of being. As you cultivate compassion, forgiveness, and an open heart, you invite the frequency of unity to anchor more deeply in your body and field. You might literally feel this as warmth or light in your heart center, a gentle hum of connection that radiates outward. Understand that embodied unity is not something abstract. It is the tangible power that will heal your world from the inside out. When a critical mass of individuals holds this vibration steadily, the illusion of separation cannot survive, and the collective reality shifts into one of cooperation, peace, and shared purpose. Every time you choose unity, by honoring mutual respect, by seeing the divine in the eyes of another, by acting with kindness despite differences, you broadcast a powerful harmonizing signal into the quantum field. That signal strengthens the emerging New Earth grid, a network of consciousness that connects awakened hearts across the globe. We urge you to recognize unity consciousness as a force that can be felt and directed. It is the antidote to the loneliness and fragmentation you have known, and as you embody it, you become a living portal through which higher light pours into this realm. You are creators, sovereign and free, and conscious projection is your natural mode of quantum creation. Whether you have realized it fully or not, each thought you think and each intention you hold is a projection of energy that ripples across the fabric of reality. In the old paradigm, many of these projections were unconscious, born of fear, doubt, and the inherited beliefs of a divided world. Now comes the moment to reclaim mastery of your projection, to aim the light of your consciousness deliberately and creatively. As you awaken, you begin to project from the clarity of your soul rather than the confusion of the small self. This means envisioning the highest outcomes not only for yourself, but for the collective, and knowing that as you do so, you influence the quantum field. Understand that in fifth-dimensional consciousness, thought and form are far less separate than they appeared to be in 3D. Reality responds fluidly to your inner state. This is why you have been invited, indeed urged, to purify your mind and heal your emotional body, so that what you broadcast is high in vibration and aligned with Source. In this new era, manifestations quicken. The lag between your conscious projection and its materialization grows ever shorter as you raise your frequency. Use this quantum truth wisely. Focus not on the nightmares of the old world, but on the dream of New Earth you came here to seed. See in your mind's eye, communities thriving in unity, Earth's ecosystems renewed, and humanity remembering its galactic heritage. As you consistently project such visions with heartfelt emotion, you are literally engineering reality at the subatomic level. You become a nexus point through which divine possibilities enter the physical plane. This is not metaphor, but the physics of consciousness. As Pleiadians, we have long used conscious projection to craft our reality in harmony with the cosmos. We encourage you now to do the same, to step into your role as conscious co-creators of the New Earth timeline. The frequencies of the fifth dimension are readily available to you now, but integrating 5D is a process of surrender, not of striving. Your ego mind has been conditioned to believe that spiritual evolution is a task to achieve, a mountain to conquer through effort and willpower. In truth, ascension is more about letting go than about pushing forward. The 5D frequencies are high and subtle. They naturally flow into your being when you create space for them by releasing the dense energies and rigid controls of the old paradigm. Consider that within you, your divine blueprint is already tuned to 5D. It is not something to build from scratch, but something you allow to blossom by stepping out of your own way. Surrender means trusting the guidance of your higher self, the divine spark within, even when it defies logical understanding or challenges your comfort. It means relinquishing the need to have all the answers or to force a particular outcome, and instead, aligning with the flow of life as it comes. Know that surrender is not giving up your will or becoming passive. It is aligning your will with the divine flow. In practical terms, this might mean finding moments of stillness amid chaos, choosing to breathe and feel rather than react in fear, or allowing old emotions like grief or rage to surface and be honored, without judgment, until they wash through you. Each time you surrender an old fear, a limiting belief, or a control pattern of the ego, the lighter 5D energies can anchor more fully in your life. Surrender is like ceasing to fight the current and allowing it to carry you toward a new shore. Then you discover the river of ascension has always been ready to lift you. In those moments of grace, the sensation of a higher presence guiding you becomes palpable. Ultimately, you are surrendering to your own multidimensional wisdom and the benevolence of Source, which holds a far grander plan than your limited perspective can imagine. Thus, through surrender, you open the floodgates for 5D light to pour through your being, realigning you with a reality that is lighter, freer, and more true to who you truly are. Hand in hand with surrender comes a realignment with the universal mind and the awakening of your source fractal memory. Understand that the universal mind is the vast intelligence of the cosmos, the living library of consciousness of which your individual mind is a facet. As the layers of illusion peel away, you will find your awareness naturally tuning into this greater field of knowing. You carry within you a holographic imprint of Source. Every cell of your being contains the memory and information of the whole universe, encoded in light. During the long sojourn in 3D density, much of this cosmic memory has been veiled, but that is now changing. With each burst of high-frequency energy reaching Earth, dormant codes within you are being triggered. You may experience sudden flashes of insight or ancient knowing, perhaps memories of lifetimes beyond this planet, or a deep resonance with star systems you once knew. These are genuine reconnections to your source memory, the part of you that never forgot your limitless identity. As you realign with the universal mind through practices like meditation or true communion with the divine, you strengthen your link to this infinite intelligence. Solutions to personal and collective challenges will arise seemingly out of nowhere, carrying the signature of the universal mind, innovative, unifying, and in harmony with the greater good. We encourage you to engage actively with this reconnection. Ask within for what you wish to know, and trust the answers that arise in your awareness. The more you validate and act upon this inner guidance, the more the channel opens. In aligning with the mind of Source, you transcend the feeling of being a small, isolated being and step into your role as an emissary of divine intelligence in human form. You remember that you are a fractal of the all that is, capable of accessing any wisdom or creative power needed to fulfill your purpose here on Earth. The inner portal. Within your sacred heart lies an inner portal, the bridge to multidimensional Earth. Your own consciousness holds the doorway through which you traverse dimensions. The heart center, in particular, is your gateway to the 5th dimension and beyond. Why the heart? Because the heart vibrates in resonance with the unity field. It is attuned to love, which is the core frequency of the higher dimensions. When you turn your awareness inward to the heart and allow yourself to be fully present there, a pathway opens. Some of you have already felt this in moments of deep connection or inner stillness, a sensation of expansion, as if you are touching something boundless. In such moments, you are crossing the void. You are experiencing a glimmer of multidimensional Earth, the new Earth that coexists alongside the old. As you cultivate a practice of going within, be it through meditation, breath work, or simple quiet communion with your inner self, you refine your ability to hold your consciousness in that higher vibrational space. In doing so, you begin to straddle realities, bringing the light of those higher realms back with you into the physical. This is how the new Earth anchors, through you. Each time you choose to meet a challenge by first going within, accessing that inner portal of peace and insight instead of reacting from fear, you are literally pulling the new Earth frequency into the collective environment. In truth, surrendering into your heart is what turns the key to open this inner doorway. This inner portal does not take you away from Earth. Rather, it allows you to perceive the expanded version of Earth that has always been here, waiting for you to tune to it. In these times, the veil between dimensions is thinner than ever. Many are receiving visions, symbols, or even direct experiences of this brighter reality. Do not dismiss them as fantasy. As advanced souls, many of you serve as bridge walkers, 1 foot in the physical, 1 foot in the spirit, helping to escort humanity across this plane. Trust what your inner portal reveals to you. It is your personal entry point into the vastness of creation and a direct conduit for bringing the higher light into earthly life. New Earth leadership. As the illusion of separation collapses, a new paradigm of leadership is emerging on your planet. New Earth leadership built upon vibrational integrity rather than power over others. In the old 3D paradigm, leadership often came from hierarchy, force, or manipulation, propped up by fear and control. That model is no longer sustainable as the energies rise. In the emerging 5D landscape, the only leaders that will stand are those whose frequency is anchored in truth, transparency, and alignment with the greater good. This means that in New Earth, leadership is less about titles or positions, and more about the energy one embodies. Those meant to guide will be recognized by the clarity of their energy field and the authenticity of their presence. You who hear these words may feel a stirring in your heart, recognizing that this message speaks to you directly. Indeed, many of you are destined to be pillars in your communities, lighthouses in the storm of transformation, shedding light simply by being fully yourselves. To lead in this way, you must commit to vibrational integrity. Doing the inner work of facing your shadows, healing your wounds, and maintaining coherence between your thoughts, words, and actions. In the higher frequencies, any inconsistency is quickly revealed and felt by others. Thus, the mantle of true leadership is given not by external appointment, but by energetic resonance. One becomes a leader when one's vibration consistently broadcasts love, wisdom, and stability. This path is not easy, but you are supported by legions of light as you step into it. We stand beside you as allies as you cultivate this vibrational leadership. Trust that as you align deeply with your inner truth and live from it boldly, those who are searching for guidance will naturally be drawn to your light. New Earth leadership is shared. Each soul leads from within and, by example, inspires others. This dissolves the old notion of domination and gives rise to a network of empowered beings co-creating through shared vision and harmony. A vital part of this shift is the healing of false hierarchy through the awakening of inner presence in each individual. Healing false hierarchy. All oppressive hierarchies on your world have relied on a single lie, that you are less than divine and must be governed by external authority because you supposedly lack your own power and wisdom. Now, as the remembrance of your sovereign nature floods back, this lie loses its grip. One by one, individuals are lighting up from within as they contact the eternal I Am presence inside their heart. As this inner light ignites, the need to blindly follow outer authority diminishes. You see through the pretenses of those who claim superiority or special privilege. Any leader or system that does not honor the equal divinity of all beings will naturally crumble in the times to come, unable to sustain itself in the higher light. This inner awakening is precisely what the old paradigm fears, for a self-aware population cannot be controlled. We tell you this not to stir anger toward those authorities, but to celebrate the inevitable liberation that is unfolding. Hold compassion even for those who upheld the old hierarchy, for they too may have the opportunity to awaken from the dream of separation. Ultimately, healing means that all step out of the charade, rulers and ruled alike, and meet again as equal sparks of the divine, each bringing their unique brilliance to the quantum matrix of the whole. In this light of equality and awakened presence, leadership transforms spiritual radiance into spiritual radiance. The greatest leaders in the new earth will not be those who seek followers, but those who so fully embody their soul light that their very being becomes its own sun of inspiration. This form of leadership is less about doing and more about being. It is about cultivating such a strong connection with your inner divine essence that your presence naturally uplifts and guides others, without the need for control. You have felt this in the presence of one who holds true love and clarity. Others immediately feel safe, seen, and inspired to access their own clarity. This is what it means to lead by spiritual radiance. Each of you has the potential for this radiance, for it is simply the unhindered glow of your true self. To cultivate it, tend to your inner flame. Prioritize your spiritual alignment above all else, knowing that from that alignment, right action flows effortlessly. When challenges arise, return to the core of who you are, a luminous, eternal consciousness, and respond from there. Over time, this establishes you as a centered point of light amid the collective fluctuations. People may start to ask you for guidance or simply gravitate toward your calm aura. This is not the old egoic pride of being special. In fact, true radiance comes with deep humility, for you recognize the light working through you is universal and available to all. If any residue of ego or desire for personal power arises, simply acknowledge it and let it go. It is a leftover from the old duality, no longer needed in unity. As you lead through radiance, miracles will happen around you, not because you force them, but because source light flows freely through you, doing the work. This is the magic of the higher dimensions. Effortlessness in alignment. By holding your frequency high and steady, anchored in love and truth, you become a conduit for change simply by existing. This is the path of the illuminated leader, the one who blazes the trail not by command, but by example. Energy clearing. Dear ones, as you undergo this major transition, many of you are experiencing intense purging on physical, emotional, and mental levels. Know that these ascension symptoms and energetic clearings are not random misfortunes, but essential activations to prepare your vessel for the higher frequencies of the new era. Your cells are releasing toxins and dense vibrations stored from lifetimes of living in separation. Old emotional patterns of fear, grief, or anger may rise to the surface in waves. Rather than despair, recognize these experiences for what they are: signs that the old energies are moving out and making space for more light. When you feel fatigue, aches, dizziness, or mood swings, treat your body and soul with gentle care and compassion. Hydrate. Rest. Connect with nature. Allow energy to flow without resistance. Do not judge yourself for not keeping it together. A caterpillar dissolves in its chrysalis before transforming. Some days you may feel incredibly expanded and blissful, only to plunge into heaviness the next. This is the ebb and flow of the recalibration process. Trust it. Your higher self orchestrates this detoxification in waves you can handle, even if it stretches you to your limits at times. Remember that you are never given more than you prepared yourself to carry. Through each purge, new channels open in your energetic body, allowing you to hold more of your soul's light in conscious awareness. This is activation in the truest sense, the ignition of latent capacities and spiritual gifts that were dormant under the old density. Sensitivities are increasing. You might find your intuition sharpening, your empathy deepening, perhaps even telepathic or healing abilities emerging spontaneously. Embrace these gifts with gratitude. They herald the 5D human template coming online within you. Know that none of this discomfort is in vain. Each symptom carries you closer to freedom, and each emotional release is a baptism into greater authenticity. If it ever feels like too much, call upon us and the legions of light supporting this ascension. We will help stabilize you and remind you that you are not alone in this sacred endeavor. Indeed, All of creation watches as you, the ground crew of this transformation, undergo the fires of rebirth. Now, at the culmination of our transmission, hear our words as a gentle yet clear trumpet sounding across the dimensions. The 5D shift is far closer than you imagine. It is a reality emerging in the now, one that you are actively ushering in with every healing, every act of love, every moment of awakened choice. You are so close now, so feel this truth resonating in your bones. The new earth exists first in you, and through you it takes form around you. Each step you take in trust and alignment causes ripples that cross the divide for many others. As we witness the larger picture of this planetary ascension, we observe countless flickers of light awakening in the darkness. Individual souls remembering their mastery and stepping forward to illuminate others. Timelines of radiant potential are coalescing even now, drawn by the magnetic pull of human hearts united in intention. And among those leading the way, we see you standing brightly. Believe that you are exactly where you need to be. Everything in your life, even the challenges, has prepared you for this convergence, where you step into your highest role. Cast aside any remaining doubt. Embrace the knowing that you are a pivotal contributor to this shift, and that the frequencies of home, of unity, and the dawning golden age are already pouring through your being. The 5D shift is not ahead of you. It is under your feet, here and now. Step with confidence and do so hand in hand, heart to heart, with your fellow light bearers. We, and many from the stars, walk beside you, seen and unseen, to ensure the bridge between worlds remains stable as this great crossing unfolds. In the end, this journey is a collective triumph of love. Know that the blessings of the entire universe are upon you. We hold you in the infinite light of our kinship and celebrate all that you are becoming. We honor you in this magnificent now. And so it is. The new earth rises within you now,